Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction and discussion video for the 15th episode of Season 2 of Stargate SG1 called A Matter of Time. Don't forget that you can see the full version of this reaction on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw the team visit a planet that had been terraformed and had special technology that controlled the weather. Returning to the planet, they found the weather had turned and the people on the planet were hostile towards them because people dressed as them, as SG1, and with their weapons had come to the planet and stolen the device that controlled the weather. They promised to find out what had happened, and they returned to Earth to discover that the weather was acting strangely, pointing to the device being used there. They checked to see if people had gone through the gate, but they hadn't appeared to. But Sam did find signs that the second gate had been used, the one they found in Antarctica. They went to Area 51, where the second gate was being stored, and found a fake one in its place. They managed to track down the second gate in an airport hangar, waiting to be moved by an unknown group. The team held them at gunpoint, but they missed one who managed to dial up the gate and they all escaped, but they'd left the weather device behind. They returned the device to the planet and the weather returned to normal. The second gate had an iris shield put over it and it was going to be stored under the control of the SG base so that this couldn't happen again. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. Is that our sun? Can't see what it is. I don't understand what happened. Why are they running like they're in Baywatch?
That's an order!
Okay, so the episode's called A Matter of Time, and they seem to have slowed. I don't understand what's going on.
But these wormholes we go through, they're not always there, right?
No, sir.
Yeah,
What's with
okay.
the worm part?
That's just a metaphor.
Yeah.
Alright, I knew that.
You might need to explain what a metaphor is to him.
Now, of course, the diameter of the apple is just a two-dimensional representation of space-time, and
No.
the hole isn't really a hole per se, but an
Stop.
I'll be alright.
The wormhole metaphor is perfect for what happens. It's just that so the wormhole only creates when the two gates dial each other. That's what forms it, and then obviously once the connections drop, it disappears. So yeah, it's a good metaphor.
We're getting a signal.
Is that an SG team?
Daniel's with 6, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on a dig on PX 3808.
Didn't see him with them.
What do we got? Some kind of signal?
Go 6.
Okay, it slowed down because time seems to be going slower on that planet.
Why would their code be coming through so slowly?
I have no idea, sir, but
good
if we
question.
don't open the iris...
The next thud we hear will be Henry Boyd's team.
Yeah.
Come on, Hank. Door's open.
Yeah, but they're going slower at their end. Oh.
SG1 would like the rescue mission?
Not yet, Colonel. I want a probe on the ramp and ready to go ASAP.
Yeah, definitely. Something weird's going on. You don't want to send more people there just yet. Probe's good idea. But quickly. Surprised they don't have a probe literally there, prepped, ready to go. Because they seem to have a lot of problems that happen. I don't mean literally on the ramp, but have it in the gate room somewhere. Just all good to go. So all I've got to do is just maneuver it into place and it's send it straight through. Within a minute, you could be good to go. That would seem a valid thing to have prepared. So they said Daniel's on a team on another planet, but he's not in that team. So I'm assuming he's not in this episode. This is just after his child had been born. I think the child was born in the last episode, so maybe he's had a bit of time off. Ooh. So what's power in it?
Chevron 3 encoded.
Let's just see what pictures the probe sends back.
Gosh, it's all taken a lot of time. Ironically.
Now, if he's in trouble, I want to go in.
I'm aware of that, Colonel.
Yeah, but for all they know, there could be 10,000 Jafar on the other side, or with their weapons all ready to fire.
It's possible that the image we're receiving from the probe has red-shifted, distorted toward the infrared end of the spectrum.
Why?
Yeah, good question.
It's working.
They've slowed, sound is slowed, and light is slowed.
Do something pursuing them.
See if you can play back the video transmission in real time.
They can't play it in real time.
The picture tells us everything we need to know. That team is in trouble. Probably under attack. Permission to go in.
No, absolutely not.
But if I'm right, we can't help them. I think I know what Major Boyd seems so afraid of.
What?
What am I looking at?
That's a black hole, sir.
A newly formed one by the looks of it.
Okay. So that's what we saw at the beginning. A black hole looked like it's been created. It's in the pop into into the universe. Okay. So black holes appeared. They started to run back to the gate, but the black hole was pulling in the planet, light. Have to be at another speed on this. Again, ironically. So time dilation effects as well. Okay. And light as well. So that's what they had to change to compensate. Okay, that's terrifying but cool. Okay.
They just gate out of there.
They're trying to, sir. But the closer you get to a black hole,
Time slows down.
And they're right by it.
their bodies will be pulled apart by increasing tidal forces.
Well, I thought the planets will probably be pulled apart for that.
Stargate once.
Yeah, but from their perspective, it couldn't have been open for more than a second.
So the Stargate's opening, but because of the time dilation effect, it's immediately closing, although it's open for longer at their end. Yeah, they'll never be able to escape, and nobody can go there because they'll be stuck as well. Oh, that's horrible for the people trapped, because, I mean, it sounds like they're dead. But it's horrible for them as well, because they can't do anything to help.
Disengage the Stargate.
Sir, by some fluke of Stargate technology, we are witnessing something that the laws of physics say we can't possibly witness.
Oh,
We are witnessing good men die in
Yeah.
slow motion, Captain.
yeah,
You're right, sir.
yeah. I mean, that is a horrible situation. They're both right. I mean, to see that a black hole, I mean, that's a huge thing, and to see it being created in the effect, that would have huge impact on our understanding of space. But to do that, you would have to be watching your colleagues, friends die, which obviously you can't do. So, that's horrible. Oh,
It won't disengage.
because of the black hole? What's the black hole effect in it? That's it. You protect us from that black hole. Oh, they're stopping people from leaving.
How long have you been out of contact with this facility?
Coming up 4 hours ago, sir. But it was funky for a while before that. Everyone was talking real slow, like...
Oh, okay. So the time dilation effect is going through the Stargate? How would that work? Try and get my head around this one. So time slowing down in the base, but it's not affecting outside. So proximity to the Stargate, and they can't turn the Stargate off. So it's basically Earth. Oh, well, Earth going to get drawn into the black hole through the Stargate? Ugh, okay. This was going to hurt my head, isn't it, this episode? In a good way.
I don't know how you're gonna get down there.
Not to worry. We brought our own transportation.
Well, the closer they get, they're going to get slowed down as well.
This is Major General Hammond. I have an urgent matter to discuss with the President.
You're not going to get through. What did he hear? Silence.
Sergeant, try disconnecting the superconductive interface.
Because it's too... Oh! The Stargates... the wormhole's going in a funny pattern.
Isn't there supposed to be a theoretical time limit to how long a wormhole can be maintained?
Yes, sir, we just passed it.
Well, then how is this possible?
Yeah.
As time is passing more slowly on P3W451 relative to Earth, we're experiencing a paradox the Stargate was never designed for.
Oh! So it's open normal time on our side, well, slightly slowed down now, but on the other side, it's going much more quickly or slower. Oh, well, that's the paradox. It's the speed is inconsistent, so it's staying open. Oh, that's a cool effect. I wouldn't be getting close to it.
It seems we've lost communication below sublevel 24.
Where's the nearest secure phone above that?
No ride, sir. Main level.
I won't be gone long.
Yeah, you will.
What would happen if we just pulled the plug?
Literally shut down the power to the whole base. Well, that's obviously not going to work. Drawing power from the black hole?
Stand clear, people. I have no idea what this is going to do.
Yeah.
You must vacate this area.
Quickly?
It'll overload.
We got to do it. Colonel, pull the main breaker.
What will overload?
3, 2, 1.
Just cut the power. We're just... Why would something overload? Ooh. Move!
You must be deriving its energy from the black hole itself.
Right. Don't know how that works, but I guess for the story that would happen. Well, there's no way you're going to be able to turn it off if it's drawing power from the black hole.
Do not concern yourself with my injury.
Huh.
Badly burned, Teal'c, even for you.
Alright, but he's right. There are people who can help him. She needs to be focused on the problem. It is. It's drawing... Earth in. Again, wouldn't get too close. Oh.
Lieutenant, close the iris!
It's an outgoing wormhole. Nothing can come through.
It is. I didn't think about that. Yeah, they dialed out. So yeah, the black hole's pulling gravity through even though they dialed out.
I'm not going anywhere until I talk to the President.
He wants to see you personally, sir.
Well, that seems a waste of time. Speak to him on the phone. So time is moving slower the closer to the Stargate you get. He moved away from it to go upstairs. Time is moving more quickly up there. So he could be gone for a couple of hours and return more when less time will have passed around the Stargate, I think. Okay, but even so, why has he got to go there? Why can't he speak to him on the phone?
Tags! Dr. Fraser.
Yeah, and who the hell are you? Put
Well,
that down!
that's meaningless, showing tags. The amount of times they've been taken over by other people and, showing a tag is absolutely meaningless. Doesn't mean it's her. She could be, say, possessed by something.
My superiors have reason to believe the SGC has been overrun by alien hostiles.
Well, all I can say is they've been misinformed.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Hell, you could be one of them.
Exactly. Yeah, he's right.
Since time is more or less at a standstill on the other side, you've been unable to disengage the Stargate. Keep in
mind, we've had a few more hours to use that to think about this.
True. So yeah, they got time to work on it. So they need to get Sam away from there because she'll have more time to, well, and other scientists, they'll have more time to work on the problem and sort it out. I still don't understand why he has to go to see the president. That's a waste of time.
He'll be out of commission for a few days.
Ooh. Why is it shaking?
Gravity waves. But it seems that our space-time has begun to warp, just like on P3W451.
Will you stop that?
Yeah, she needs to simplify stuff.
Colonel!
Cromwell?
You know this guy, sir?
Oh, yeah.
No, well, he's
Go.
doing the right thing. I wouldn't let them go. That guy's right. They could all be taken over. They don't know.
So, this is the Stargate.
Oh, so he's not seen it. He's aware of it, but not seen it.
My watch reads 1330 hours.
1330.
Running slow, Captain. It's almost 1900.
Colonel, I have to get off this level.
Yep. Oh.
The field is expanding.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably a lensing effect generated by the Stargate itself, but I can't be sure.
Don't even pretend.
Time is passing more slowly down here than it is outside the mountain.
Say that.
We are not in a black hole.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
It's gravitational field through the Stargate.
Is it going to start pulling in? Again, struggling to get my head around this. I can't work out. Is it going to pull in basically the Earth? Or is it just the time dilation effect that they're going to see, in which case they'll just all slow down and basically, well, I suppose they'll, I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
I just came from there myself, Captain.
He's beaten back.
You just came from Washington?
Yeah.
There and back again.
Yeah, for some unknown reason.
We called an all-night session with the president.
An all-night session.
I've been gone nearly 18 hours.
Oof. Yeah.
You were on the phone.
We set up a command post directly above, right on top of the mountain, to monitor the expansion.
How fast is it expanding?
The experts we've consulted believe we're going to have to commence an auto-destruct sequence to destroy the Stargate itself. The gravity field now present around the gate will help to contain the blast within the mountain.
Okay. So yeah, if they blow it up, it would likely get sucked in. As long as they can destroy the Stargate, that should disconnect the connection, meaning it should all stop. So yeah, they think the explosion wouldn't get outside. What kind of explosion are they talking about, though? What are they going to use? Is it? They got a nuke, haven't they? A small nuclear device on as part of the self-destruct. I understand why they'd have people around the base, but if they need to get their scientists further away, probably some sort of mobile vehicle of some kind, so they can keep moving away from it, that'll give them much more time to work out what to do, including her.
We may well succeed in destroying the base, sir, but leave the gate and the wormhole intact.
Ah. She thinks the explosion won't destroy the Stargate.
I'll need 2 volunteers to stay behind in order to give our personnel a head start.
I'll stay, sir.
And?
Me too, sir.
Anyone else?
Looks like you're stuck with me, Jack.
That's not great. I thought there'd be more volunteers than that.
How long have I been gone?
22 hours, sir.
22 hours. He was only down there, 5 minutes?
When you ordered Colonel O'Neill to wait 5 minutes, you were really telling him to wait 6 hours, maybe more.
Well, that'll slow down by the looks of things as time goes on.
Who's this?
Henry Boyd.
Still seeing the pictures.
He's on a planet that's about to be swallowed up by a black hole.
Thing is, it wouldn't be immediate. The planet, I would have thought, bits of it would start breaking off. It'd be quite a slow process, I would have thought, and then all of a sudden it would speed up, and because the planet would be destabilized, so it would, and then they would probably get sucked into the black hole first because they're just loose objects on the planet. Whatever, it would be a horrible way to die. And they can see it happening, see it coming.
No.
Oh, I'll have it. I really fancy a donut now. She could probably do with a sugar rush, to be honest. Give her a bit of energy. Oh, that was nice to see him sort of comforting her.
You know anything about quantum gravity?
No. Well, Daniel chose the right time to be off planet. He's alright, Jack. Literally, he's alright, Jack.
They're proceeding with a plan that makes assumptions about gravity and space-time with absolutely no regard for the fact that it completely contradicts our observations.
They're going off the theoretical, not what's being seen.
They don't really know what the hell is going on, so they're just going to blow it up.
Yeah. But they've got to do something because the problem's going to get worse. So what do they do? I agree that she's absolutely right. They don't know what to do, so they're going to blow it up. But I don't know what else they could do. The longer they leave it, the worse it'll get.
Computer needs your authorization code before it'll accept the command. Go ahead and enter it.
That's weird. He's not part of the Stargate crew. Why would he have a code to activate self-destruct? He hadn't even seen the Stargate before.
When the time comes, you hit the enter key, and then run like hell.
And yeah, the faster you run, the further they're going to get away because time's moving slower at where the explosion's going to happen. They will get away. They've got a good chance of getting away from the explosion, whereas normally they might get blown up with it.
To be honest, sir, I'm afraid that the gravity field will dampen the effects of the explosion.
Right.
What's left of the mountain will collapse into the wormhole. 6 months after
Get
that, the
sucked
state of
in.
Colorado. 6 months after that.
Whoa. Okay, I was wondering how long. So it sounds like every couple of hours it's expanding further away. I was wondering how long it would take the regular population, the civilian population, to start realizing something's going wrong and time is slowing down. I don't know how far away the base is from a civilian population. There is one not too far because Teal'c went there, but it's certainly a drive away, so probably not going to be feeling the effects yet.
When Colonel O'Neill and I were sent to the Antarctic Gate, it was because we were under enemy fire.
It caused an energy surge.
Yes, and that surge caused the wormhole to jump from one destination to another.
So
If we can channel enough energy,
simplify it.
it should cut the connection to the black hole.
Jump somewhere else.
Jump to any gate along the way.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, good for Earth. But what if they make it jump to somewhere else with another population? Kind of kicking the problem to someone else to deal with? So, yeah, okay. So they're going to try and create an explosion which makes the connection jump somewhere else. Okay.
Sir, we have to stop Colonel O'Neill.
Well, they've got time to do that.
1 minute.
I thought they'd be there by now, to be honest, because the time dilation effect.
We used to be friends, Jack.
Why aren't they running away?
I was sick to my stomach when I found out you were still alive. I wanted to go back for you.
Oh, we left him behind.
And then I saw 4 months of my life disappear in some stinking Iraqi prison. I
Ooh.
thought you were dead. You thought wrong.
Ooh. So he spent 4 months. Oh, we mentioned before that he spent time in prison. I assumed an American one, but he spent 4 months in an Iraqi prison because a mission went wrong. He got shot by the sounds of it, or hit by a explosion. And I don't know if he was the commanding officer, but he left him behind. But he sounds like he thought he was dead, but
What happened and nobody gets left behind? Well, what about him? That is a totally different scenario.
but he's going to get left behind. Yeah, you can't save him. You got to leave him behind. Ooh. Oh, that is a cool effect.
Don't activate the auto-destruct, sir. It won't work.
Oh, was it 1 minute until they activate it? I thought they'd activate it and had 1 minute until it blows up. Misunderstood. Ah!
What's this bomb we're delivering?
It's a shaped charge. We want to focus the explosive force toward the wormhole, hopefully
Right.
with enough energy to cause it to jump. Like,
Hopefully. That's a worrying word.
they're modifying the warhead yield to my calculations.
How long's all that gonna take?
About 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Relatively.
Yeah. So what kind of bomb is it?
You got better quick.
It has in fact been several days.
Days. The closer they get, the more they're going to slow down. I would have thought that kind of gravity pull that's happening, the equipment would be starting to fly off. They would be feeling the pull there. They'd be struggling to stand upright, and they're not.
It's like old times, huh, Jack?
Don't think that's happened before.
Black holes, wormhole,
Yeah.
old times.
This is a fairly unique situation, I should think.
Sir?
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Oh, that's horrible for them. It's going to take days before they know what's happened. Whereas it's all happening much more quickly down by the Stargate. Oh, and in fact, the longer it goes on, the slower it will get for them. The longer they have to wait to find out what happens. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're pulling some G's.
Yeah, they'd be really feeling it.
Captain.
Yeah, that would have happened before. Oh.
Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't be able to hear the voices. Whoa. So it went slow. Oh. Yeah, the glass was slow from their perspective, but the closer it got, the faster it sped up. This is quite a thinker of an episode. It must be a nightmare for them to write. I don't know who wrote it. Whoa! I mean, if it did that to the Iris shield, they'd have been sucked in straight away. The effects would be much stronger now. Oh. Oh, is he gonna die? He's gonna sack. Right. Oh. He did that on purpose because he knew if he didn't, they both would die. Well, they said it was all. The explosion was based on her calculations, but that was probably based on the fact that the shield was there, because that would change the pull. So her calculations are probably going to be off now.
Hey, Jack, did I miss anything?
So when the explosion went off, he was obviously hanging in midair. So as soon as it jumped, the gravity would have returned to normal. So he probably would have just plummeted straight to the floor. So yeah, he's going to have probably broken bones and all sorts of injuries, concussion.
A new trinium-strengthened iris is being installed right now.
Oh.
What day is it?
Oh, how much time's passed?
2 weeks of action.
That'll be longer.
2 weeks.
It's closer to payday.
I go sleep, man.
That was a cool episode. I like those kind of scientific episodes as best you can in a science fiction show like this, but quite a thinker, that one. Yeah, it was really interesting to see. It's sad. I mean, obviously the people, the SG team on the original planet will die eventually. That Colonel's gonna die, so he would have gone. Well, assuming he survived getting there, I mean, who knows what kind of effect on the wormhole that kind of gravity would have had. He might get ripped to shreds in the wormhole. It's probably very unstable. But I think he did sacrifice himself. He was clinging on to Jack, and Jack would have tried to pull him back, but I think the other guy realised that that's a sure way of them both dying, so he sacrificed himself for Jack. I suppose that was his way of making up for leaving him behind before. And they said that they're putting a new trillium, can't remember which trillium, that enhanced shield, so Ira shield, so it'll be a much more powerful defense now. So that Trillium or Tritium, I can't remember which, that's the ore that they found on that planet with the spirits. I can't remember if it's been found anywhere else or if it's only on that planet. Not sure. Maybe they're just using the ore that they've got so far. But yeah, so enhanced shields, that'll help against this kind of thing in the future, and also from a defense point of view, from anything else that attacks. So that's good. That's a really, really interesting one. So my head does hurt a bit thinking about it, but no, that was cool. I enjoy that kind of thing. Well, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.